When you walk around New York City and you look at the thousands and thousands and thousands of affordable housing units, you'll remember and note Richard Dattner's work.
Parks, schools, transportation, housing. Oh my goodness, he's touched so many different kind of building types.
Rarely have I had a conversation with Richard that I haven't walked away having learned something about architecture or New York City history. He's teaching the next generation of architects to do the same, to innovate like he does.
I was born in Poland. We left after the Germans had invaded in 1940. Spent a year in a camp in Italy. And when I was 4 years old, moved to Havana. We moved to Buffalo because there were no apartments in New York. 9 years after I arrived as a kid with bad English, I could go to MIT and arrive at a world of incredible influence.
It was renowned as a technical place. He was able to prioritize the importance of design.
I was an architect in training in New York City. Over the next 3 years, I worked for 7 of the leading architects in New York. I think I realized very quickly that I was not cut out to work for other people.
He is an artist architect. What makes him unique is that he has a social mission, or what he would call a civic commitment, but at the same time a commitment to making good design.
In 1964, with a commission to do a brownstone, I opened my own office in a tiny closet in Carnegie Hall. I was teaching at Cooper Union, and we were interviewed by Leonard Lauder, and we got to design the Estee Lauder factory on Long Island. Estee Lauder wanted to give something back to the city, and I got the commission in 1966 to design the adventure playground in Central Park.
The idea that fun can actually be part of design, can make a place better for people, that's something about Richard I don't think people really know.
The work we do now with an office of 110 is really building communities.
Compass Residences is being built in an industrial area. We had lots of sketches. He's really good at taking those sketches and putting them into reality. And I think families in Compass Residences feel that they're getting an extremely beautiful home.
While we were building Steiner Studios, most of the architecture had been done by an engineering firm, and Richard came in pretty late. The changes that he made all the difference. The overall presence, I give him all the credit for taking what would have been a really pedestrian, warehouse-looking building and transforming it into a factory of creativity.
Metro East 99th Street, Draper Hall are redefining a small part of East Harlem. We think that Richard and his team are the perfect architects to execute our vision.
If you don't have a safe, affordable place, you certainly can't have a life. You can't have liberty, and forget about the pursuit of happiness.
Here we are at Via Verde, which is in Mott Haven, in Melrose, in South Bronx. It's an affordable, sustainable housing project that came about because of a design competition.
Via Verde is a really beautiful project. We put all the green bells and whistles in Via Verde. Daylight in the hallways, where the elevators would be located, how to break up a large floor plate into something more intimate and more neighborhood-like. Those are the things that Richard really focused on.
I used to live on a 9th floor in a housing building where everything was always broken. I moved in here, it was like heaven. I like the garden. The rooftop is beautiful, I love it, it's relaxing.
It's affordable, it's beautiful, I love everything about it.
My real legacy, and everybody in this firm, happens every day when 40 or 50,000 people live in our buildings, where a couple million people a day pass through the stations we've designed. It's an everyday legacy, and watch people use it. That's the ultimate legacy.